Oh my God, a mother gives birth in an Uber vehicle. What are we gonna do? Wanted to touch up on a topic that a couple of my colleagues have already talked about. And of course, accidents happen. Our great grandmothers didn't take ambulances, didn't take Uber vehicles, didn't take taxis. Instead, they gave birth at home. So, from a midwife to a nurse to anything, it happens. But like I said, a colleague of mine brought up a very interesting point, and that is having proper insurance. Now, whether you have rideshare insurance or not, I won't get into that, but what is really important is having a real insurance that will cover you. If Uber comes back to you and says, well, this doesn't fall under our agreement, we don't cover these things, such as acts of nature, acts of God, protesting, political unrest, stuff like that. A lot of insurances do not cover these things. But what is really important for you is to have a deductible that you can afford. As a business owner, you should be planning. Like I said, a colleague of mine is brutally honest. I'll try to polish it a little bit, not polish his part, but I'll try to give you an example of someone that I know that actually went through this. So in my state of Washington, they say 1 in 4 vehicles do not have insurance. So there's someone riding out there with uninsured motor, being an uninsured motorist. So what does that mean for you? Did I like paying, or do I like paying yet $158 on my car a month? No, I don't. I do not. But what's really important is having proper insurance. So someone I know got rear-ended by an uninsured motorist, brand new vehicle, 3 weeks old, with someone in the car. They get rear-ended, and of course the Uber's deductible was $1,000. Their deductible was $250. So guess what? Who did they go to? They went to their own insurance. Of course, if you have proper endorsements, then you don't have to worry about any kind of, you don't have to lie about it. So things happen. As a business owner, you got to put the money on the side. It's really important that and I'm talking to new drivers, existing drivers, if you haven't planned, if you haven't expected any of this, well, it will happen. It's inevitable. It will happen to you. Something will happen to you along the way where you did not expect it to happen. So you got to have proper insurance. You always got to have $1,000 set aside. So I talked to an Amazon Flex driver in January, one of my customers. She rented a car from, I won't mention which name of the company, but she rented a car. She rented it. Apparently she didn't take photos inside the vehicle. The dashboard was all scratched up. She didn't cause this damage, but it was all there. They transferred it all to her, meaning now she had to pay for something that she didn't cause any of the damage. The previous driver caused it. So, but good thing she said to me, she said, and we got to talk about, she said, oh, my car broke down. She said, a good thing I had $1,000 set aside. She said, as a business owner, and I'm serious, I'm telling you this. She was telling me, it was a customer. She said, as a business owner, I always have $1,000. Her car was in a shop, so she said I had about $1,500 worth of repairs. I had $1,000 on the side. I took the rest from a loan. I borrowed the money. She said, my car is in a shop, but I rented a car from whatever, Alamo, Hertz, doesn't matter. Now, on top of it, having her car in the shop, she rented a car, she returned it. Unfortunately, she did not take photos. Now they charge her for, you got to put a deposit. They charge her all the deposits. So she said, good thing I have a good lawyer. She said she's paying for Legal Shield. So anyway, she was giving me some advice on the side. So with, riding with customers, talking to people, talking to rideshare drivers, it's good to exchange information, because you get to learn, and it's always better to learn on someone else's mistakes. So just a friendly reminder out there, if you don't have insurance, if you're not setting money on the side, you really should, because when things go wrong and now you got to pay for all these repairs that Uber doesn't want to pay, well, at least you can expense it at some point. But if you don't have the money, and if you don't have anything saved on the side, well, that sucks for you, because what are you going to do? when you're out of service, you're making X number of dollars per day, and now you're losing. What's better? You know, some drivers say they can make between $300 and $400 a day. That's the reality today. So imagine now you're out of service for 10 days. What's better? What is better? $300 for a brand new seat and cleaning, or $3,000? Do the math. I mean, seriously, but you should always have money set on the side so you could have quick repairs. Well, quick, quote unquote, but at least you could get it fixed up so you could be back on the road. While, you know, when all of this is over, you're gonna have to rethink some strategies, because Uber is definitely not helping the drivers, and they have not been helping for the longest time. So thanks guys, I will see you on the next one.